welcome back to another episode of Super Sister Signs, a best friends podcast where we talk life, love, and a little bit of astrology. I am your no-nonsense Capricorn co-host, Juanita.
And I am your cozy, compassionate Cancer co-host, Brooke. And this is our little orange friend, Franklin, for those of you joining us on YouTube.
I don't know if you can see him actually with the frame. Probably.
Oh, well, we'll see. There's a little orange man sitting between us, and he's being really sweet. It's my cat, Franklin. He's just like on one right now. I think maybe because of the weather.
It's a nice rainy day in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but he loves to cook in the sun, and he's had no cooking. So he's looking to the people to cook.
He's raw.
Yeah, he's raw. He says, please roast me up, please.
How you doing, Brookie?
I'm looking for someone to roast me up.
What?
No,
in what way? That was a very uncharacteristic thing to say. Kind of in every way. Because you don't want people to say mean things about you.
That's true. I really don't.
You don't want people to roast you that way.
No.
But
I like to be warm and toasty.
And it also kind of sounded sexual, and you don't ever say things like that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not really a sex-forward person.
Yeah.
Sex positive. People can have sex all they want.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going at it all the time. Or talking about going at it. Really, ever. No, I just want to be warm because today is a nasty rainy day.
Come on. Turn the oven up to 425.
Turn the oven up to 420 more like.
I don't get it because I don't smoke marijuana.
We are just not on the same page.
No, and it's okay.
It's okay. We haven't done any of our gabbing yet. We got to get our gabbing out of the way. No.
We're gabbing.
How are you doing?
I'm kind of doing amazing because I did just win $150,000 on a game show. Mm-hmm. As I have mentioned before, I played on a $100,000 pyramid, and my episode was the season 8 premiere that aired on Sunday, and you were there.
It was so fun.
It was so fun. So many people came to watch.
I didn't know it was gonna happen. People and our friends, some of our friends were like, "But you know, right? You know if she won." And I was like, I mean, spiritually, I know that she won, but like, no, she respected her NDA. She did not tell me a thing.
I didn't tell her a thing, and there are also different combinations of winning.
Yes,
on that show,
which I couldn't fully comprehend until watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I understand now. There's kind of like different sections.
There are different sections, and the max amount you can win, which is what I won, was $150,000, because in the first pyramid, first winner's circle, you can win $50K, and the second one, you can win $100K. And after my episode aired, I got a DM from another pyramid alum with some stats, actually. I am the 12th person to win the maximum amount in the 8 seasons of the revival of Pyramid. And I have the 3rd fastest winner circle time with my winner circle with Pete Holmes, my second one.
That one like flew by. It was so fast.
The 3rd fastest in 8 seasons.
Is that your Capricorn moment of the week?
I mean, I'm not sure. I think
3rd fastest is not most fastest.
No, it's not most fastest. And I mean, I worked really hard, which was like, I think my first Capricorn moment of the week. I talked about how like I trained for this, but like it really is like accumulation of a skill that I have really truly been building for over 20 years.
It's like your Juanita moment of a lifetime.
Yeah. I do feel like I did like low key peak.
It's amazing. There's nowhere to go up from here. It's only down.
Just
kidding.
No,
it feels like it's the beginning of a going up.
I hope so. It really felt just like so awesome to really ascend to the highest form of this skill, which is playing games, that I love a lot and like have never tried to monetize.
It's very fun to literally monetize it.
I got rewarded for like
a hobby
that
you're good
at.
A
passion.
You love games.
A passion hobby.
I love games too, but it's different.
I mean, we love games in a really similar way, but we didn't grow up the same way.
No.
Like I didn't
grow up with games.
Playing like catchphrase, which is essentially the main game in Pyramid, not the part where you win the money, but like that was so like intuitive for me. So when I was going through the casting process, the producers kept being like, "Are you sure you haven't auditioned before? Like you're so good at this."
No, I was just born to be on this show.
I was born to be on the show, and they agreed.
Yeah, they did.
And then after I won, when we taped, they said, "All right, we're gonna do a pickup on the season 8 premiere, back to 1." And I was like, "Whoa!" Because like the second I won, they said, "This is the premiere."
Yeah.
And then they had Michael Strahan come out and like redo the intro.
And what a good premiere it was.
Kind of fun.
I'm getting teary-eyed just talking about it and thinking about it again.
Wow. It really is crazy because I've been sitting on this secret for 7 weeks also.
Yeah.
And now everyone knows.
Was it such a... That must have been wild to have like the switch flip like that. Like go from no one knows to everyone in America knows.
Like people I went to middle school with are like,
yeah,
great job.
Yeah. That is so wild.
It's wild.
Was it overwhelming?
I mean, my phone was blowing up. I think, no, the only overwhelming part was like you and Joe came to my party early.
Yes.
Right after the episode aired in the East Coast and Central Time.
Yes.
So people were like calling me and I had to be like, I
am about to host a big party.
I am about to host a big party and I cannot have like a full reaction to what just happened in front of my guests.
Oh, that's right. Because we technically didn't know.
Right.
So you did such a good job at hiding it. Well, because you were excited talking to people, obviously, but like it's just an exciting thing to be on TV.
True.
But I knew you would.
Come on.
Come on. You're not going to go on a game show and lose.
No.
You're just not. You are just not.
I am not going to go on a skill-based game show and lose.
No.
I'm open to going on a luck-based game show and losing. Because I have no control over that.
Yeah, you can't.
But I specifically wanted to be on a show that I could have control over.
Right. I'm sort of surprised. I think I'm surprised to hear you say you're open to going on a luck-based game show at all.
Well, it wouldn't be my first choice, but I kind of did my first choice. And there is not another show that is a better fit for me. Like, Pyramid is tailor-made for me.
Yeah.
And there is literally no other show that I would be as good at. Like, I'm not good at Wheel of Fortune. Like, I'm not smart enough to be on Jeopardy. Like, there are, like, Beat Shazam. I don't know music. Like, there are, like, so many other games that I just don't have the skill set for.
Yeah.
And the pressure of winning money on TV has like kind of been lifted.
Yeah.
And ultimately it was also really fun.
Yeah.
So I would just like go do it for like the fun experience again and like maybe win a prize.
Yeah, that sounds cute.
Although don't give me like some fucking dumbass prize that I have to pay taxes on. Just like give me some cash, please.
Just give me a cash prize, please.
Please
give me a cash prize.
Well, should we talk about it's time for
Capricorn Cancer Moment of the Week.
Brookie, what's your Cancer moment of the week?
Well, at the aforementioned watch party, there was a baby. Surprise! There was a 4-month-old human child at the party, which was exciting because most of the time I'm hanging out with people who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, not people who are in their 4 months of age. You didn't know where I was going with that for a second. Yeah. And it was thrilling because, as you know, I'm recently baby pilled. So I'm sort of choosing to lean in and not be intimidated by the babies and just be like, you're great. I want to know everything that you're up to. And so I was very excited to meet your cousin's baby, who they brought with them to the watch party.
My first cousin once removed.
Yes. And I'll never be able to keep track of that. I always get once removed and like
second cousin.
I get them all mixed up.
Okay, so just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
Your first cousin once removed is your first cousin's child.
Great. Wait, then what is your second cousin?
Exactly. Your second cousin is a cousin that shares your grandparents.
Okay, like
but is not.
Okay, yep. Okay, I know exactly what this is because my mom's cousin's daughter is my second cousin.
Mm-hmm. Because you share grandparents.
Because they they shared grandparents, and
Yeah.
wait, but we don't share grandparents.
It's something about sharing grandparents. It could be great grandparents.
That's what it is. Because your cousin, you share your grandparents with.
Yes. So you share great grandparents with your second cousin.
And first cousin, once removed, is child.
Is simply your first cousin's child.
If my second cousin had a child, they would be my second child, or my second cousin once removed.
Yes.
They would not be my second child.
No.
That would be crazy.
0 children.
Yeah.
I'd be like, where's the first?
I'd go from 0 to 2.
And famously, you can do that with twins.
You can't. That's true.
It's actually really, really, really famous.
That is famous, actually.
So why was it cancer-y?
Well, it was cancer-y because there was a moment, before the episode was at 10 p.m. and they make the Californians stay up late to watch TV, and
it's the state that never sleeps.
It's famous for being the state that never sleeps, and there was some fun activities. There were fun activities planned prior to the watch. I'm doing a really bad job of telling the story. I'm gonna rewind. You had some fun activities planned before the watch, so there was a period of time where we were like basically playing catchphrase, like DIY catchphrase, and it was DIY pyramid, yeah. And it was important that we stay quiet for winner's conditions while a team was guessing or playing or whatever. And all the adults were doing great, and actually your cousin was doing great too. She's not crying, not really fussy baby, but her parents were playing and your roommate was holding her and she was having a nice time, but like right when they started guessing, she kind of started like making some noises, and I was from across the room and I was locked in on her and just like, I don't know how I made it across the room of people so fast and so quietly. And I just went right up to her in her face and I was like, what's going on? It's stressful, right? Your parents are playing a game. And I just like talked to her and she just like immediately quieted down and was just like looking at my face and my lips moving and being like, wow. She was just inputting, so she just had to process some information. But I just was like, it is my duty to distract you from your parents being away, because that's the one thing that's keeping
your parents together. You can see 2 feet away.
Yeah, you can see them. And she's like being bounced by your roommate so gently and lovingly, and I was just like talking her down, and I felt like such a little cancer baby whisperer.
Oh yeah,
it was really sweet.
It's the nurture, it's the mother.
It's the nurture, it's the mother.
Wow.
So sorry for being so baby pilled about it, but
no, I mean,
here we are.
She's awesome. She's an awesome baby.
She's really great.
And she just started like tracking with her eyes and like smiling and laughing and babbling. So like like she was just like, who's this new person? She zing zing zong zong with her eyes.
It was her first party, I asked.
Her first party, yeah.
So special. Kind of fun.
And she fell asleep during like the deafening cheers of me winning $150,000. So
yeah, no one was really acting like there was a baby there, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And she didn't really make herself known. People were like, there's a baby here? Like an hour into the party, people still hadn't clocked her.
Yeah. She asked for nothing.
No.
She asked for nothing. My Capricorn moment of the week was at the same party. So on the show, they like during the casting process, you're like doing lots of talks with producers and answering questionnaires about things that they could potentially talk about on the show, including what you will do with prize money, and that you had to have a different thing for the $50,000 win and the $100,000 win that they would ask you if you like go up. And they wanted like at least 4 options for everything. So I like wrote down different things, and then essentially like a producer chose what they wanted me to say, and they're like, they presented it to me and it was like, does this sound like you in your voice? And I'm like, yeah, great, perfect.
Wow.
But they are very explicit that you cannot talk about paying off debt or buying a house, which is like kind of dystopian a little bit. Just like,
oh yeah,
No one wants to remember that we can't afford to live.
So please don't remind everyone that you need this money in order to get by and have a reasonable status of living.
Yeah,
and,
just like survive.
Yeah.
I'm almost out of money also, like from moving to LA.
Yeah.
But in the last 7 weeks, knowing
Yeah.
that I will have money, I don't have it yet. It takes up to 120 days from the air date to get your money. So,
because they don't want you to give it away by spending it all. Give away the spoiler, I mean.
Right. Or whatever.
Whatever.
But anyway,
that's not why.
so like I had different things that I was saying. I was like, oh, for $50,000, I would take my mom, my 77-year-old mom, to Abu Dhabi and ride the fastest roller coaster in the world and then ball out in Dubai. And then for $100,000, I would like travel the world and scuba dive in all the oceans. And someone at the party was like, are you really going to do that? I was like, no.
No.
How irresponsible.
That would be wild.
Well, my mom did call and she said, are we going to Abu Dhabi? And I was like, I will take you wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take my mom on a trip. It won't cost $50,000.
No.
But I am going to pay myself back from my move to LA.
Yeah.
Just like replenish those savings. I'm going to invest $50,000 of that money. I have to pay about $50,000 in taxes
So
also.
You end up with like about 100.
So half of my winnings are just going to go straight into investments.
Yep.
Paying myself back. Use the remainder to take a fun trip and then have like a little extra in savings.
I just like went away when you were saying like that you weren't gonna spend $50,000 on a trip, imagining what that would even be, like what it would take to spend $50,000.
I don't know. I was also talking to my roommate about this morning. That is so much money. And I would not know how to act. I would not know how to spend that amount of money.
No.
I literally don't. Like, when I get this check, I will continue acting like a poor person because that is all I've ever known. Like, I'm going to stay in my cheap apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be frugal, as always.
Yeah.
And part of that is Capricorn. Part of that is just, like, I don't know anything different.
Yeah, for real. Also, just seems like a good time not to like spend everything you have. Like it seems like a good time universally to have a little nest egg.
Yeah.
Have a little emergency fund. I mean, it's always good to have an emergency fund, but
it is such a great opportunity to like really set myself up for success.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited.
I'm not going to have to worry. And tomorrow I go to Australia for 2 weeks. And when I get back, I will have more of a full-time job, full-time schedule at my current job. Because like the lack of hours is why I'm so poor. I have no income, but now I will have an income, and then I will have a lot come in to my bank account.
You will have a lot. I tried to do an expansion on the joke, and I couldn't.
It's okay.
My brain is not zapping today.
Okay, and that's actually a good segue to what I'm screaming about.
Screaming, crying, throwing up. Screaming, crying, throwing up.
Daylight savings.
Oh, don't even get me fucking started.
Well, no, I will get you started because it just happened on Sunday. We lost an hour. And everyone's like, it's good. Well, like the marketing is like, it's good, because now we have more sunlight. But like, why'd you take it away from us in the first place?
That's what I'm talking
Insane.
about.
And that is normally why we're screaming about it. But the reason why I'm screaming about it this year, and all the years actually, is daylight savings is violent against the working class.
It's violent.
It's violent because the people who are most affected are the people who are getting up to work on a Sunday. Who's working on a Sunday? Servers, minimum wage employees, the working class, like not the corporate 9-to-5ers who get to sleep in and go to brunch.
Also, I think originally the whole concept of daylight savings time was for like
farmers
who are saying, we don't want this.
The farmers say no.
So why are we doing it?
And it's not really helping anyone. Everyone's mad and
Listen
tired.
Listen to farmers.
Believe farmers.
Believe farmers.
And yeah, of course your brain's not on all cylinders.
Yes, exactly.
I can't even say that phrase because
Like,
my brain is not firing on all cylinders.
It feels like this week is just a wash. It's just 1 hour, but it's been affecting me so deeply.
I woke up for Pilates that day and I felt like I was dying. And I forgot. I forgot about it. So I was like, I just feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
I forgot about the time change. And then I like fed my cat an hour earlier than she was expecting. And I was like, why aren't you being insane?
Yeah. The cats get crazy.
And it's also, yeah, daylight savings is violent against your pets.
It's violent.
Because it alters their whole feeding schedule by a whole hour. Mm-hmm. It's violent.
It's not right. It's not right.
And I don't know the answer. Is the answer never change the time at all? Arizona does that, right?
I think the answer is keep it like it is right now.
Keep it.
Arizona does it. And I'll tell you what, I lived like 15 years of my life not worrying about the time zone change. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It's awesome.
I moved to Chicago and then I started having to do it and it was so confusing.
Weird.
Because then also the time difference between Chicago and Arizona would change based on, so I'd also have to keep track of that, which is also true about LA, but it's a little bit easier because now we're on the same time as Arizona. And the rest of the year we're an hour earlier,
behind.
Whatever, however you want
behind,
to
I
call it.
think.
I hate daylight savings.
Yeah, it's very annoying because, like, also my parents live in El Salvador. El Salvador does not change time zones ever.
Correct.
So sometimes it would be in Central Time, easy, and then an hour difference. And now that I'm in LA, I literally don't know what time it is in El Salvador ever.
Yeah.
Is it 2 or 3 hours different? I don't know.
If it's the same, I don't know.
No one knows.
I don't know.
I can't know. Frank is being really cute on my side right now.
See, he wants to be toasted.
Toasted and roasted. Anyway, that's what I'm screaming about. I'm pissed. I'm pissed for everyone, and I'm sorry if you work on Sundays. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not fair.
It's not fair. And I'm sorry, too.
What are you screaming, crying, and or throwing up about?
I'm kind of screaming, crying, and throwing up with sort of excitement and fear and nerves and whoa, whoa, woo, wah, wahs.
What? About what?
Well, you know this, but the listeners don't. We've been in talks with Joe's friend who lives like a few streets down, a few blocks away, but like same general neighborhood. And he rents this little house that has like a side yard with 3 citrus trees, an in-unit laundry, and like a separate little, like 2 separate common areas, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Awesome.
Kitchen, just all the fixins, really. And his friend lives there.
A kitchen. Imagine.
A kitchen. No kitchen. Everything you can ask for, but no kitchen at all. I can't imagine, which is terrifying. LA will do crazy things too. Kitchenette, like a stove, just a hot plate in a room.
I don't know.
It's happened.
Oh.
Anyway, I wouldn't live there, but so we have been telling his friend, like, if you ever move out, give us a scream. And his friend and his friend's boyfriend were like looking for a place to move in together. And this all happened very quickly. This week they found a place. They're like, we're moving in mid-April. I'm going to reach out to my building manager and my landlord and like let them know that you're interested.
For like a May 1st or
just we'll see. And so Joe got the building manager's information yesterday. We called her like literally right before you came over to record. We called her to be like, hey, what's up? And she was like, hey, it's okay. So it's $3,300 a month, which is like right on the cusp of, we were like, if they say it's like $3,500 a month, we probably just say no. Like we can't do it. But like $3,300 was just under where we're like, that's something that probably we could afford, especially if we adjust our lifestyle slightly. It's like an $800 increase from our current rent.
Okay.
So it's significant.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be any more like bedrooms or bathrooms, but it would be a whole entire side yard and more common area space.
And a house.
And
it would
laundry
be a house.
and house. And okay. So she gives us the price. She goes, they're like the current tenant is supposed to be out by April 15th, and they need like a few days to clean and repair stuff. But she was like, we could have you in as soon as April 21st and prorate the last 10 days of rent.
Yes.
So then on the 21st, it would just be a security deposit and like 10 days of rent. And then you would pay full rent again on like May 1st. And we're technically still thinking about it, but I'm sort of like,
just do it.
That's kind of how I feel.
Why wouldn't you? You'll regret it for the
Right?
rest of your life if you don't do it.
That's what I think.
If you don't do it, you're going to mourn every single day in this apartment and go, oh, God, I should have gone there.
You're so right.
Do it.
I just needed one person to say that.
Okay, me. The first person you talked to about it.
Yeah, first person done. Where
what are the cons? Like, okay, so paying more.
The cons are like maybe we would have to push our wedding out. That isn't even officially set in stone because we're not even engaged. So
you're being dumb.
Yeah.
Get this house.
Yeah, okay.
Push our wedding out.
Shaking your hand about it. I think we were just trying to be practical because also like Joe.
Okay, you trying to be a Capricorn?
Me trying to be a Capricorn can't do it.
And the Capricorn's like, you're actually being stupid.
Yeah. That's how I know when you are like, when I'm like hemming and hawing about something that I'm like worried is like too good to be true or like a daydream and you're like, do it, you idiot. That's how I know that it's fine. Like I'm like, this is safe and good. And
I love that actually.
I mean, we've been talking about moving into this house specifically for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And, like we have like specific like dreams about how we're gonna like redecorate the rooms and like.
And then imagine you get the opportunity and you're like, actually, never mind. What? Like, listen to yourself.
No, you're right.
We've been dreaming and making plans for months, and now we can actually do it. No, I'm good. What? I'm actually sick to my stomach.
You're screaming. You're throwing up at the idea that I would possibly say no to this.
Right. Moving is expensive and horrible.
I think it was just like a good, like the idea of like all of that money at once, but also realistically, we're probably going to get most of our security deposit back from this place. So that will be like a small, you're looking at all the holes in the walls. Maybe not. Maybe like $1,000 of it.
You can fix holes.
I can fix holes.
I mean, you would have 10 days to fix it.
Well, no, we could have, because
you should.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
like you could move in on April 21st and have this place empty and for the next 9 days be cleaning and fixing.
We actually can't move in on April 21st because we'll be on a combined bachelorette party in Las Vegas.
Oh, is it booked?
Until the 21st. Yeah.
Okay, so the 22nd. What a date. Stop being dumb. You also don't need 8 days to clean this place.
No, I know. I'm not saying that's why we wouldn't. I'm just saying. We'd probably move somewhere like in the middle of that chunk of time.
Yeah.
Where we'd have some days like on either end.
Yeah. And then you can
have access
fix
to
the
both
place
places.
and then get all that money back.
Yeah.
And then just pour it into the next place.
Yeah.
You just take the gook and you go gook.
Yeah.
And you'll pay for movers, and that will be expensive.
But it just is fine.
It's worth it and fine.
We'll just be poor for a little while. We've been poor for a long time. We can do it again.
Just go on a game show.
That is a good idea. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll do some research after this. I'll go on a game show.
Thank you.
So easy.
So easy. You know what's next?
Venus Vibes. We went high on that one.
Yeah, romantic. Okay, so last time we checked in, I was going on a date.
Yup.
Exactly last. Brooke's fucking cat just fucking bit my hand. He is being roasted and toasted by my body warmth. My body heat, and he has the audacity to bite me.
All men are the same.
All men are the same. So speaking of men, went on this date
Mm-hmm.
last Tuesday, and it went well. He bought me a dinner and a drink, and at first I was like kind of unsure about him. But like it's a first date, and you have to like settle in sometimes with
You just don't know
people's personalities
Yeah.
and like whatever. He's very kind. He's a children's therapist, which like I love, and the way he talked about it like was really nice, and he really loves what he does, and it seems like he has like a really good head on his shoulders. He wants a committed relationship.
All good signs.
All good signs. But the one bad sign was that he's a Leo.
Yikes.
I did ask him, and he said, I'm a Leo. And I immediately was like, oh, no.
Leos aren't the worst.
For me, they're not great. When I was like 23, like 25-year-old male Leos hurt my feelings like in a row, like bang, bang, bang.
That's right.
And then after that, I was like, kind of no more Leos. And then I did kind of date another Leo, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Who hurt my feelings too.
Ouch.
Not really. I mean, whatever. It
Ouch,
just didn't work out.
Ouch, Phil, if you're listening.
Ouch, didn't work out. And historically, I just have better luck with earth signs and water signs.
Yeah.
Fire signs are really like hard for me. I had a situationship with an Aries that was like very fun, like in true Aries fashion, and kind of none of the stability and security and commitment that I want.
Yeah, in true Aries fashion.
So I will say that the Leo of it all was like a little alarming. But he was like, my coworkers say that I don't seem like a Leo.
Huge.
I was like, oh, interesting.
And I will have more to say on this because I did do his
birth
chart.
So
we'll be getting into that in a moment.
So at the end of the date, we did like kiss a little bit. I like drove him back to his car because he like parked somewhere else, and he asked, am I allowed to kiss you?
Aww.
And so we kissed, and we were like kind of like talking and like kissing for like 90 minutes in my car. And also, like, before this, he, like, had checked in on the date being like, is this going well? I was like, yeah. And so, like, we had already decided that we wanted to see each other again.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was all very
kind
nice.
Of nice. Just got ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and he wasn't, like... And yeah, I would not have, like, guessed Leo for him based on that whole date. He seemed very just, like, kind of even-keeled and calm about things. And so we've been texting, and I did text him. I asked him, I said, my best friend is begging for your birth time, aka Brooke. And so he sent me the full shebang, truly every detail.
Yeah.
And Brooke pulled up the chart, and I have seen the chart, but I don't really know what it means. But like, I'm just going to let Brooke talk about it.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
I'm excited because I don't know that much about like astrological compatibility, but I did find this little tool and I ran a compatibility chart for both of you and one for me and Joe so that I could see like what, because it breaks down like basically what a compatibility chart does is like looks at the two birth charts and then looks at like the angles that the different placements create, and then it's like, oh, this is like an angle that's like creates harmony, or an angle that can be challenging, or whatever. And I think there's like 6 different ones. And this website has like a little description for each one.
Cool.
And I did like a really quick glance at both, but I thought we could read through some of them. I'll do an overview of both of your charts first, but I did mine and Joe's to see like, because we've been together for 5 years, I was like, I'm interested to see like how they compare and if anything like is similar.
Cool.
And I'm excited to get into it.
Okay. Yay.
Okay, so the children's therapist chart looks...
You can call him the therapist, I guess.
The therapist chart does not look like a Leo's chart, and that is because... Well, okay, let me start over. The therapist chart looks like someone whose coworkers say that they don't act like a Leo, is what I will say.
Yeah.
He is... So his Leo, his sun in Leo... His rising or his ascendant is Gemini, an air sign. It's not
also
great.
Not great for
not
me.
Great so far. But what is great is that basically every other placement is in Virgo. His moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all are in Virgo.
Moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars.
Moon
wow.
is your body, your emotional self. Mars is your like sex life and aggression. Venus is your romantic life and your relationships. Mercury is how you communicate, how you think, how you generate ideas. So like basically all the other like big placements are Virgo,
which is great for me.
Great for you. You love that. And a lot of those placements are kind of more spread out. Like your moon is in Capricorn as well. And your rising, of course, is in Virgo, but his rising is Gemini. And then you've got your Mercury is in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. Your Venus is in Aquarius.
It's my only fire, and the Aquarius is my only air.
Because your Mars is in Taurus, which would be pretty compatible with a Virgo Mars, because they like to be in Earth. Earth and water like to be together. They like each other. So that's just like a little overview. But I said, oh, well, that's a good sign. I feel like all this Virgo for Juanita, she'll respond well to that. And I feel like that comes through in his like calming presence during your date a little bit. He just kind of had it together. And he just wanted to get ahead of things. Get it booked.
Yeah. I appreciated like after my really like fun date with this other guy that I was really excited about, like thinking back, he like wasn't like, he was doing that future faking stuff of like, oh, we should like go on this type of date, but like not making an actual plan for like the next realistic second date, you know? And this guy didn't do any like future faking like that. He was just like, I was like, I'm going to Australia. Do you want to see me before or after? He's like, I'd love to see you like before that. It's not going to work out because
you go tomorrow.
Just schedules.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'll wait, you know, like after that happens.
Wait.
Yeah, he's like, I don't mind waiting. I like enjoying getting to know you. He's like doing just enough complimenting without being love bombing.
It's a good sign.
Like we had like a full conversation at dinner, and then he asked to kiss me, and then he like told me that I looked stunning, you know, but like, you know, it's like kind of like a normal compliment.
Yeah, just like a regular.
Yeah. Regular.
Ascension. Frank's getting real cozy there with your foot.
Oh, don't bite me. Anything else to report on?
I think maybe we can just talk about your synastry charts now. That's what it's called. Compatibility chart.
Yeah. I want to hear it.
Okay. So there were a couple that I thought were exciting.
Okay.
Right off the bat. Not to get you too excited. So both of your ascendants or your rising signs are trine, which is like a little triangle, and trine is usually like a good thing. I think it's like the best, like the most harmonious angle that two planets can create, which is nice. So this website says, these aspects bring about immediate mutual understanding and harmony. Moreover, they tend to enrich the views, opinions, and the ideas of the other. So they're able to open the way to the new horizons to them.
Okay.
The persons tend to have the same likes and dislikes and discuss their opinions on various subjects. The favors are reciprocal, and one has the ability to take over where the other left off, so that the business partnerships and teamwork are very favorable here. Okay, cute. And Joe and I have the same thing.
Same little trine.
Both of our rising signs are trine, and we have the same little paragraph or whatever.
Nice.
Cute. They also have this little overview. You have 3 tender and loving aspects. 4 key aspects.
What does that mean?
Crucial aspects in your life.
Okay.
1 passion aspect. At the beginning, aspect ignites explosive passion.
Okay.
And 0 emotional pain aspects, which brings emotional suffering and struggle.
So 0 emotional suffering?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 18 easy aspects that bring harmony and compatibility. 4 conflicting, and 6 that are a combination of both.
Wow. And what about you and Joe?
7 loving, 3 key, 5 passion, ooh la la, 1 emotional pain.
Whoa.
18 easy, 4 conflict, 8 combo.
Whoa.
Yeah. Kind of wild. Okay.
Not so different.
Not so different. Okay, this one I said
What?
The-
What sound is that?
it's me. I'm
Gasping?
I'm gasping with like a closed palate.
Okay.
So your moon is in opposition to his rising sign. But guess what? This aspect often is seen in marriages because it's an indicator of a strong emotional support system.
Mm.
And Joe and I have the same thing. Or actually, wait. Yep. My ascendant is opposite his moon.
Whoa.
Kind of cool.
That is cool.
Okay. Your Aquarius. Wait, what? No.
Mm.
You're
Hello?
not an Aquarius rising.
What?
Wait, what the fuck is happening? Wait, what the fuck? Wait.
Oh my god. Is this wrong?
Oh my god. Or are you an Aquarius rising?
What?
Wait a second.
Don't talk to me about that. I'm not. I'm a Virgo rising.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not an Aquarius rising.
This is wrong. I put your date in wrong.
What did you do?
Oh shit.
Oh my fuck. Oh my god.
Oh my
god. Oh my god. You replug it in and it's just like 10
It's just
emotional pain.
all
Like
bad. I put on your birth. Oh wait, no, your birthday is the 13th,
yeah, it's January 13th.
1991.
Yeah.
Wait, so nothing was wrong.
8:58 p.m.
Yeah. January 13th, 1991, 8:58 p.m. Maybe I did AM? I did do AM. Your rising sign can change everything. Okay. I still did it wrong and I'm sorry.
I'm scared. Okay, does it say I'm a Virgo now, please?
It
Don't
does.
freak me out.
It
Okay.
does. It does.
That
Sorry, everyone.
was scary.
That was scary. And you have.
Okay, so does this change the compatibility?
Let me see if what I've said so far, all those numbers are the same pretty much. And then. Oh, okay.
Okay, what's different?
Well, you still have the excellent aspect for marriages.
Okay.
Your sun is trine his Mars.
Okay.
Wait, but that's a different thing. It's crazy that I did this all wrong.
Okay.
But we're with it now.
Okay, back to basics.
Okay.
Rewind. Tell me.
Your Virgo rising is conjunct his Virgo moon. Both partners are comfortable with revealing their feelings to each other, even those they wouldn't normally express. This ease, however, may disintegrate later on, leading to insecurity. The moon person, that's going to be the therapist, feels emotionally dependent on the ascendant person, that's going to be you, in terms of security, and this can be overwhelming for the ascendant person, you. Therefore, it is vital for both parties to give each other a good amount of space.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the significant emotional intensity, trust and care are very important.
Mm-hmm.
Seems right?
Sure.
Whoa! You're going to love this one.
Okay, what's happening?
When one person's ascendant conjuncts Mars of the other, which is happening, it's an exact aspect, which means it's very strong. Your ascendant is conjunct his Mars. The Mars person feels immediately turned on only by looking at the ascendant person. They can motivate each other into action in a very personal manner. Both of them may share many activities, work matters included. On the flip side, they may have harsh behavior, be irritated and impatient with each other, and be mutually motivated into immediate and hasty actions. So you either are going to be too turned on that you become mortal enemies, or you're going to be really good at motivating each other to do stuff and have sexy time.
I'm okay with that.
Sounds cool. Your sun.
I like motivating and being motivated.
Yeah.
And I like sex.
So.
Done.
Sounds good to you.
Done.
Your sun in Capricorn is trine his Mars in Virgo. This is an excellent aspect for marriage.
Oh,
the Mars person, him, consistently expresses their desire for the sun person, you, and the sun person provides inspiration, encouragement, hope, and faith.
Good.
The relationship is characterized by intense sexual attraction.
Great.
Accomplishing their goals is easy and brings happiness to the relationship.
Wow. He is good looking, and I liked the way he kissed, and he kissed in a way I was like, he's good at sex. I could tell.
That's good.
I could tell because I had one of the worst kisses of my life on a Hinge date like a month ago.
Really? I didn't even hear about this.
You didn't? I don't know. It's giving him a shot, and then I didn't dislike him, but was I really into him? No. And then we kissed, and it was so bad. It was like too much. It was wet, but not in a tongue way. It was like in a lip way.
Oh no!
Like too much wet,
like just
lip.
a wet mouth.
Ugh.
Like
and then,
you're a popsicle, and they're just. Ugh.
And then it was too wet, so I like turned my head so that he could like kiss my cheek,
just kind of dry off.
And so he kissed my cheek, but not in a normal way, not like a way. It was like it was like a open wet fish lip, like on the cheek. It was like, why are you kissing like that? And then I literally wiped my face off in front of him. And then I said, I have to go. I have to go. Thank you for the ride home. I gotta go.
I have to go. That was so bad.
And so the therapist really, really, really gonna kiss her. And it was really working for me.
Well, according to the astrology, that all makes sense.
Wow. That's exciting. So here's the thing, man. And tell me if this is my only kind of hesitation with him is that he is not a funny person, which I don't need at all in a man, but he tries to make jokes. And if you're not funny, I need you to understand that that's okay. And I need you to understand that you don't have to make me laugh if you're a man, because I am funny enough for both of us. And
you are.
I want to have fun with you. I want to have a lot of fun, and I want to be like laughing, but you do not have to be making jokes for that to happen.
No.
And because
in fact, I prefer you don't.
I prefer you don't, because the bad jokes will turn me off. Like, it will make me not want to talk to you. And so, after maybe 3 failed jokes at dinner, he was like, in a cute way, he was like, I'm just trying to make you laugh. And I literally said, no need. Did
he kind of cool off after that?
A little, but then after I said that, every time he made a bad joke, I literally rolled my eyes at him, which is probably not. I don't know. Can you see anything about that in the chart?
I'm literally looking for it right now. I'm looking for his
take a moment to scan
Mercury. Well, I did. I was looking because I feel like it would be a Mercury thing. Maybe I should look for your Mercury, because he. Mostly in the compatibility chart, it's just you'll be compatible, but I think I found the one that's about this.
Okay.
So your Mercury is in Sagittarius.
Yeah.
And it is in opposition to his Gemini rising, which of course is the one trying to make the jokes. This position can be very constructive for both partners, because the Mercury person, Juanita, can tell the ascendant person how other people see them and can help to improve the communication skills and appearance. While the ascendant person can introduce the Mercury person to many new people and help improve communication skills as well, I guess. They may have similar interests, and sharing information will make their relationship stronger. This relationship can be only based on an intellectual level. There does not have to be any blah, 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 blah. No. However, the great communication can help solve any physical or emotional problem, because they're able to think and talk about them.
And I did feel that. He's obviously a good communicator, because he's a therapist.
Duh. You can be a bad therapist, though.
Literally true. But I did like the way that he talked.
Good. Would you say it's a good, exciting, an intellectually stimulating relationship?
We went on one date, so I can't really speak
Would
to
you
that.
say you have an intuitive psychological bond and mutual patience and understanding?
Maybe. Who knows?
Anyway, I guess we'll come back to this a little bit if you guys keep seeing each other. I want to see how it plays out.
I won't see him for another 2+ weeks because I will be in Australia again.
Well, we'll also be on a recording break, so it's like time won't be passing at all, or it's like time will be passing.
Time will be passing really, really fast. But I'll stay in touch with him when I'm in Australia. But I don't care to be like talking every day about nothing without plans set. So
no,
I'll probably communicate that with him and just be like,
you hate a chit chat.
I hate a chit chat. I hate chit chatting for no reason.
Just don't do it.
Brooke has added me to so many group chats that are muted.
And you should.
Because every time I check in on them, I go, okay, what did I miss? Chit chat. Got it. Out.
Almost never is there real information in the group chat.
Almost never.
Sometimes there is.
Sometimes. But I'll probably be like, hey, I'm leaving. He actually texted me today. I've yet to respond. But I'll text him and be like, tomorrow I'm leaving and like would love to see you when I get back and happy to check in every once in a while, but I'll be like on a really different time zone and like just so you know, like might not be very regular.
Yeah. You'll be too busy living in the future.
Literally.
Literally.
So there's that.
Well, with that, do you think you want to move on?
Yeah.
It's time for Cosmic Council.
So this Cosmic Council was DM'd to us, and Brooke is going to read it.
So, Anonymous writes in, how to break up with a creative partner when the vibe is off / it's just not what you're looking for. They say, I think I want to try it with a different creative partner for a few specific reasons. Difference in ideas for format, ultimate goal, and purpose, as well as to start from scratch. I was brought on to co-host this person's podcast that they initially started with someone else, so it feels like it's theirs more than ours, and they say they want to evolve with me, but have not been receptive to my ideas on how to evolve it. I keep showing up and not enjoying it / am not proud of what we're putting out. I also have zero previous connection to this person, so it's not like they are a family member or close friend prior to this, and they live in a totally different state. I would not interact with them otherwise. LOL. So the real problem is clearly me and why I feel so accountable to other people I owe nothing to.
Okay.
Wow. Well,
so how to kind of extract yourself from this like creative project that you don't want to be a part of?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I think it's tricky. I feel like they kind of answered their own question like a little bit in terms of like I think maybe a little bit of this question is like asking for permission to release themselves from this project that is not serving them anymore. Yeah. So I want to start off by saying
get out.
Get out.
Get out,
as directed by Jordan Peele. You do not need to be in that. There are so many creative projects. There are so many podcasts that you can do with people you actually like. Hello. And it sounds like you already have like an idea and a thing that you want to pursue. So yeah, just first of all,
you have your own ideas that are not being like nurtured and fostered by this partner.
Yeah.
So, and you know deep down to get out. So I guess like how do you do that?
Well, I think like I'm kind of bad at this stuff. I feel like I will often ask Joe if I'm like, I need to do like a business breakup or like write a businessy email or like something corporate. I feel like I'm bad at, but luckily this isn't like a corporate situation. So I think just like being as polite and distant as possible. Like you don't owe this person anything. You named that yourself. So I think you can just be like, hey, like, I mean, if you have, you don't want to like screw them over, I guess, but like,
but you're already the second co-host to like be brought on this podcast.
I think you can just be like, hey, this isn't really working for me anymore. Or like you can blame it on your schedule. People love to blame things on their schedule and just say
you can lie.
Yeah, just kind of lie.
This person's not your friend and you will never speak to them again. And kind of like knowing that you'll never speak to them again, like let that embolden you.
You could
like
lie
that's
about whatever you want.
exciting. That's
Yeah.
exciting that you don't have to deal with this thing ever again.
Yeah.
Once you just pull the plug,
rip it off, and
say,
I mean, just yeah. I think like the politer you are about it, the more like you won't be like haunted by their reaction or
Well,
like
here's the
whatever.
thing.
But also, it doesn't matter what they do.
It doesn't matter, and
Block them.
They have no they have no power to like hurt you. And this person I know has a corporate background who wrote in,
so they're fine.
So like
they're gonna be so good at
my
this.
advice is like treat it like you would when you're like firing someone, which I know you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're, you know, kind of using that mindset of like, what would I say in this professional context?
Like you are the business, you are the asset and the entity here, and like they are no longer valuable to you, so you have to let them go. That's kind of what it is.
It's like a professional firing, and
Yeah.
like and then like
if that makes it easier, it makes it scarier for me. But if that makes it easier,
but you
for
have that skill set. I know you do.
Yeah.
And I think like you feel maybe guilty like on a personal level, but if you think about it more as a business and use those skills that you already have and like draft that email.
Yeah.
And just, you know, you don't even have to say it's not working for me. It could be like, you know what? Thank you for bringing me on. This has been a great experience. This no longer fits in my life. In a way that that you need. I can't give you what you need for this project.
Yeah.
And so as of today, I will no longer be your co-host.
Yeah.
If you ever send me that email.
Oh my God. What if you left my house today? You're on the plane to Australia and you just get verbatim the email that you just typed out for me to send?
Oh my God.
Would you crash the plane?
Yeah.
You'd strangle a co-pilot and just
I would say, get me out of here.
Get me out.
I fall in the ocean.
I won't do that.
Okay, good. But yeah, and it would be different with us because we are such good friends.
Yes, this is a totally different.
It's a completely different thing. This person's not your friend.
No.
They're a business partner.
Honestly, what could be easier?
Yeah. Yeah. Just think about it like you're firing someone from your job, which you've done.
Yeah. Nice work.
Nice work.
Short arms.
Cool.
Yay.
Well, so again, this person DM'd us. You can ask your own questions at Super Sister Signs on Instagram.
You can email us at supersistersigns@gmail.com.
And we want to hear from you. Please ask us questions. We've like done professional, personal, romantic. We can talk about anything because we have opinions.
We do. We love to share them, especially when our friends ask for them.
I honestly, nothing gives me greater joy than people following my advice. I'm not sure if I've said that before. It is like my favorite thing.
I feel so good.
Actually, last night, a friend of mine from Chicago called me out of the blue to be like, left a voicemail and be like, "Hi, I need your advice. Bye." And I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And he was like calling me like about advice, like dating advice. I was like, "Yeah."
Did you give it to him?
Yes.
Good.
Of course.
Good. Thank God.
Of course. Anyway.
Well, that's it, I think, for today.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us again for another up.
And you can listen to more ups anywhere you get your podcasts. You can watch our episodes on YouTube.
Please do like and subscribe anywhere that you find us. Anywhere on the internet.
And 5 stars, please.
Thanks.
5
Bye, star babies.